Good evening and welcome to the final race of the series here for the Radical World Cup European AMS Round 8, live from Mosport in Canada. I am James Parfitt and I'm going to be here guiding you through all the action this evening. And what a night we are in for. 3 championships here this evening. One of them, the Americas Pros, has already been decided. We have got the AMS that's still up for grabs with a very, very, very long shot to go for Damien G. We will show you that very shortly. And then we've got the Pros, which is a battle between Daniel Sedgley, Rafael Blanco and John McCutcheon are still in the fight for the Pros. So if you are here this evening, Stian, I see you. Welcome in. So thank you so much for joining us. Now let's have a look at the all-important standings this evening here tonight. So this is the current championship standing in the AMS. Now you can see Graham Brown currently has a 49-point lead. What does Damien G need to do? Well, he needs to win, basically, to get 50 points. Graham Brown just needs one lonely point to win the race, and he gets 1 point all the way down in 20th. Now, with 16 cars on track this evening, it's looking like, as Graham Brown is currently in second, setting a 1:11.99, that this championship is Graham Brown's to win. Now, he has had problems with his VR. He wasn't entirely sure if he was going to make this evening. He has made it out on track. That's where we're at with the standings. Okay, so as you can see, Rob Williams is in third. The other Graham Brown in fourth. Paul LeMay in fifth. Dave Rolliston in sixth. Miles Owen in seventh. Marian Griegic is in 8th place there as well. Guy Robinson in 9th and Vigard Helland in 10th. So that currently is the standings here for the drivers. Let's have a look at the team standings. So Team GB are on top with 435 points. They're leading MJX Racing by 287, who's tied with BSR. So those guys can draw. They're drawing at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see how this one finishes up. Now, it's an exciting evening of racing, and I think it's going to be one that we've just got to sit back, enjoy, and I will try and bring you all the mathematics that was going on at the same time, because there's a lot that could happen if this man, Mr. Graham Brown, doesn't finish this race. Now, it's easily done here tonight. One of the corners that could cause that problem is turn 2. If he runs wide in turn 2 and goes off, it's a one-way ticket to a barrier. So he has got to be careful. So that is Graham Brown. He's got to try and survive at least the first lap and be able to keep the car on track. Now, from Damien G's point of view, he's got to try and win. He's got to try and win. He's got to try and get pole position, and he's got to try and get fastest lap. Now, if that happens, there's a shot, but it's a big, long shot. And at the moment, he's on a 1:12.49, which is just under half a second slower than Mr. Graham Brown. And I think it's all on Damien G's shoulders. And this poor lad has got pressure galore going on at the moment, because he needs to get that victory tonight to wrap up that championship. Now, in the standings itself, as we know, this is a World Cup, so the top 10 do go forward and get promoted into the pro class as well. So currently at the moment in this one, we have got 10 drivers sitting pretty. Graham Brown, Damien G, Rob Williams, the other Graham Brown, Paul LeMay, David Roddiston, Miles Owens, Marin Grigit, Guy Robinson and Vigard Helland. Now, that's not to say that Hugh Simpkins, Ole Gunnar Stendrad, and on the outside chance of Stefan Mellis getting into that top 10 as well. And they, again, will be promoted into the pros. Now, obviously, we're waiting on announcements for the final, how the final will work. I know that it was still up for discussion about how it was going to work. So let's see what happens here and how it all pans out, because at the end of the day, this has been an absolutely incredible season. And I think it's going to only get better, and leads us into the final. And I think it's going to be an interesting one, I think, from everybody's point of view. And I think we've just got to sit back and enjoy. I think that this season has been the best by far. And I think that it can only get better. And I think that's the thing with this Radical Sim Racing. What they're doing here is producing epic racing along with an epic format as well. So, Phil across the pond, good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome in. Here just in time for the final race. We've got 2 minutes on the clock. Paul LeMay is out on track. Now, the circuit itself, guys, if you haven't ever been here, it consists of 10 turns. 10 turns. Not a very long circuit at all. Let's just hide whoever that is. Not a very long circuit, as you see, times at about a 1:11. Race time is going to be 30 minutes. They should get about 23, maybe 24, possibly touching 25 laps in at that point as well. So I think we've just got to sit back and really admire, I think, what these guys have been through this season. You know, it's been an absolutely epic season, and it really is one to sit back and marvel over and just enjoy the final race. I think that's going to be the amazing thing of it all. So we just got to sit back and enjoy the final race of the season here tonight and see who comes out on top. Ivan Bramer, much love. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you are well, as we've got about 44 seconds left of practice. Graham Brown, your championship leader, is out on track currently at the moment. So we look forward to seeing how this one goes as well. Final time, apart from the World Cup final, will we see these cars on track? So we've just got to marvel at how well Graham Brown has done. And I think it shows how well he's done by being 5 starts, 5 victories, 5 pole positions. He's led from pole 5 times in a row and scored maximum points. And that is just unbelievable. Unbelievable for Graham Brown. I think he really has shown what he's got here, and it's going to be great next season as well to see him up in the pros and showing what he could do, because I think he deserves it overall. He's just had a stellar season. 5 starts, 5 poles, and 5 wins. And that isn't achieved easily by anybody's standard. So we'll try and keep an eye how the times come in. As you see at the bottom of the screen, that is the qualifying bars at the bottom. Their times will appear. Obviously, if they're yellow, they're not going faster. If they're green, they are. And if they're purple, the fastest overall. Go Team Slow-Mo. So you got Vigard Helland in here this evening for you guys currently at the moment. Is the only one I can see here tonight. There's Vigard going down into the tricky turn 5. I want to pick up on Graham. And we'll take you on a lap here of this absolutely incredible circuit. Joachim Kjod, good evening to you, sir. Welcome in. Through the S's section now. We're just about to start a lap here. And here we go. Graham Brown is off for his first lap this evening. Down into turn one we go. Slightly on left, get the car pointed out and on the gas as early as it allows you to do. Not very early currently at the moment. We're going to go to the right hand side, blind corner. Left hand, waiting for the bump. There it is. Up we go again on the accelerator. Probably could have done with a little bit wider out than that. Go round turn 3 now, which is Quebec. 4th gear currently running at the moment as well for Graham. And then we're going to go into the blind drop over the hill. Again, still no corner, full flat. Into the braking zone. On the brakes we go. Down into 3rd. Try and get the car slowed down enough. 2nd on the exit of the second part of the double right-hander, which is Moss Corner. And then we've got this long run up the hill here at Mosport in Canada. And once again we go flying along full throttle. 6th gear now for Graham Brown, and he's going to be on the brakes into the S's section of the course part to turn 8. On the gas, got to go left for 9. Right again for the final corner, and then we're going to be hard on the gas. And over the line we go. Time's coming in now. We're going to see him start coming in thick and fast. 1:13.261 for Graham Brown, which is absolutely incredible. Diego Munio Iglesias goes into first on a 1:13.03. Tom Weston there on a 1:13.65. Stellar job from Tom this evening, so well done to him. Then we've got Rob Williams, the other man in the championship. He is there as well. But David Rolliston has got a purple in the middle sector, sector 2. What is he going to do as he comes across the line here? What could David Rolliston do as he comes racing down towards us? Purple again in the back. There's got to be pole, isn't it? It is pole. 1:12.85 for David Rolliston. Graham Brown, no, however, purple in sector 1. Purple in sector 1 is green in sector 2. That goes to you, Simpkins. Now, I have just had a message that Graham Brown is already champion. So I've either got very bad at maths or something has changed. Because I had it if Damien G won and Graham Brown didn't finish. But I'm guessing that Graham, I suppose, technically scores points anyway because there's, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cars on track. And I suppose from that point of view, if Graham is in 16th, he scores 9 points. So technically, yeah, he's already won. So Graham Brown is, by the looking of it, your champion this evening. So see how close Damien G can get to him in the standings. Good luck racing, Team Denkamp. Eustace Marin, yep. Eustace is on the track. Marin's not set a time as of yet currently at the moment. Rob Williams has got 2. He's got greens across the board at the moment as well as he comes racing down towards us here. Oh, goes into 5th. Good time. Rob Williams there in 5th place. You Simpkins again. Going green. Guy Robinson again. Diego Munio Iglesias takes the pole position away at the moment. What's he going to be able to do as he's coming round turn 8 into 9. This will be his 3rd lap. And away we go. Iglesias again improving on a 1:12.226. David Rolliston again is whacking out a purple in sector 1. Yellow in 2, unfortunately. He's just coming around turn 8 at the moment and then goes into 9. Baron Grigic down in 15th. Rob Williams down in 6th. Currently at the moment, Vigard Helland in 14th. Rollo in 4th. So he's going to be coming across the line. Oh, he goes in a 2nd on a 1:12.317. Good evening, Henning Haig. Welcome in. Graham again is going for the purple in sector 1. What has he got in sector 2? We're going to find out very, very shortly. Purple in 2. Goes round turn 9 into 10. There's going to be a purple from Graham Brown. Green, I think he's going to get pole though. He has 111.886, the first man into the 111s. And it is Graham Brown there as well. Paolo Brem has put it into 5th place. Rob Williams is currently down in 8th at the moment. Got a yellow sector 1, Marin Grigic. Here as well, he's got green and yellow. Going left now, coming down into turn 10. What is Marin going to do? Just coming across the line. 10th place for Marin Grigic. 10th place there. Stefan Mellis is still out on track. Guy Robinson is out on track. Hugh Simpkins as well. Chilling. And then we've got Paul LeMay as well. Paul is behind the wall. He's just come to a stop. So 2:27 on the clock currently. Right. Well, this is coming around turn 9 before he goes into 10. 1:56. I'm sure these guys are just running laps at the moment. Maybe I'm just running laps. Max Kloppert, welcome in. Thank you to you. Your boy is currently in 8th place, Max. 8th place is you, Simpkins. So there we go. Right, don't forget to give the video a big old thumbs up for me and hit the subscribe button as well, guys. That would be absolutely amazing. And there goes Used. I'm not quite sure where he's off to. It's normally not your conventional route. So there we go. Right, and that brings us to the end of qualifying here at the moment. Stefan Mellis is still out on track. I think he's just trying to get rubbed in to the circuit because obviously 1:14, 1:07, they do only have 3 laps. So see how these guys get on. 37 seconds left. Is lawnmower in? Yeah, I think so. I don't know where it was going. He was off somewhere. So there we go. Don't forget as well, we have the pros straight after this evening. And then we've got the Americas at 1 o'clock. So please tune in for that one because that would be absolutely amazing. As well, the VCO Simi votes are still open, guys, on the 28th till the 28th of November. So you can vote as well. I heard category 8 is a good vote. As I managed to make it into the final 5 for Commentator of the Year, which is incredible. Let's have a look at the grid this evening. Graham Brown in first, Diego Iglesias second, David Rolliston third, Paul LeMay fourth, Damien G fifth, Paolo Brem sixth, Graham Brown seventh, Hugh Simpkins eighth, Rob Williams ninth, Marin Grigic 10th, Guy Robinson 11th, Sergio Capella down in 12th. Beyond that, Tom Weston 13th, Miles Owens 14th, Vigard Helen down in 15th place there, and Stefan Mellis is 16th. Now the guys are going to be coming out onto track. So let's keep an eye here. There is Graham Brown. Diego Munio Iglesias beside him. Right. Lights are on. 3, 4, 5. And round 8 is underway. Diego Iglesias got a very stuffed start there. He stopped and didn't really go anywhere. Graham Brown absolutely flying. David Rolliston as well. Diego Munoz Iglesias in third. Nobody wants to run wide in turn 2 because trust me, if you're on the outside like Mr. Williams, it's going to be even harder to try and get these cars back in again. But lap 1 is underway and David Rolliston there with Diego Iglesias right behind him, and an absolute barnstorming start there from the man up front, Graham Brown, as he's coming into turn 5. He's got to go double right-hander. It's quite a tricky corner, as we can see there. David Rolliston's off. David Rolliston is off. He was off on that tricky corner, which we mentioned, and is unfortunately now at the back, all the way to the back of the field. That's allowed Diego Iglesias now into second. Damien G in third. Paul LeMay in fourth. Damien's just got to defend his points as much as he possibly can to hold second place in the championship. It's a very, 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 very long shot, but at the moment he's also got this man, Rob Williams, not too far behind him at the moment. Rob is currently about 12 points back from Damien G to be able to take that second place. So really all to play for between Damien G and Rob Williams for second. And at the moment, it's Rob out in front. Graham Brown there in seventh. The other Graham Brown, not your championship leader, he's still out in first as these guys coming round at turn 2 now with Hugh Simpkins on the inside. Hughes is going to send it out the inside, say thank you very much. There goes Simpkins now. It's the turn of his MJX Racing teammate, Maren Griegic, to have a go at Graham Brown and see how he gets on as well as these guys go running up into turn 5. Double right-hander here from Brown. And let's see how this one pans out here for Griegic. Go inside the car. We're going to be looking now. We'll touch right up on the outside. Here we go. We're going to run side by side with Graham Brown down into turn 8. The line is round the outside, and we did find that out last night in another series. The line is there, but you've got to kind of throw it in to try and get up the inside of 9, and that's exactly what Griegic is doing as they're coming up into 10 now. Side by side, Brown and Griegic. How is this going to work out? It's going to be Brown. It's going to be Griegic. It's going to be, no, they're still side by side, battling down into turn 1. Williams is behind him. Robinson's behind that as well. They're trying to run each other wide. Oh, Eustace on the grass. Oh, Griegic. Griegic cannot stop that car currently at the moment. Williams and Vigard Helland have gone off trying to avoid Maren Griegic. Williams was running. Oh, Vigard and Tom Weston. Vigard Helland, Tom Weston. Griegic is in the pits. Oh, no, 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 no. There's Williams. He runs wide with Vigard Helland. There's Helen doing a little bit of lawnmower in the grass. He comes back on track. Oh, Weston goes right because he thinks Vigard's going to go left. And unfortunately, Vigard ran. Oh, he wasn't expecting, I think, Vigard to stay that side. I thought it looked like from that point of view as well, Tom Weston was expecting him not to come across the track, and he kind of did. And Paul LeMay has cleared Damien G now as well. Brown's on a 1:12.31. Iglesias is second behind him. Paul LeMay behind that. Damien G behind that. Further down the field, Williams is trying to catch up to the back of Capella after he'd taken a little bit of a grass cutting as well. No damage done. The only damage that has been done is Miles Owens is right behind him. Miles there from the Platinum Racing team. Williams has got to get on his boots a little bit to secure that second place, which is what he knows. No, says Tim. Yes, says James. And unfortunately, there he goes there from Vigard Helland and Maren Griegic. Vigard is still running. I'm not quite sure how he's running, but he is still running currently at the moment down in 14th place. May have got away with a bit of damage. Unfortunately, Tom Weston did not. Paolo Brem here with Hugh Simpkins side by side up into 8. Brem on the right. Brem can run it around the outside, but he's got to have the capabilities to be able to keep hold of it, and he does, and then takes that position. Hugh Simpkins now in 6th place. Now currently at the moment as well, on the left-hand side of your timing tower is the gainers and losers. Now, as you can see, Robinson up 3, Capella 3, Owens 3, Mellis 4, Williams is down 1, Rollinson's down 10, May 1, G1, Brem 1, Simpkins 2. So there's still all to play for, but not if Hugh Simpkins keeps running wide in turn 2. There's not all to play for, apart from a big lump of grass on the outside. Now, Williams is coming back at Capella. Williams is trying to get up to the back of Capella. He needs to move from as many places as he can here. Brown and Iglesias are now back within that 1 second gap currently at the moment. You can see it there, it's out at 0.7 seconds. Check Miles' helmet, James. Okay. Let's have a look. Who's on the front of that? I don't think I'm going to be able to see back, am I? Oh, there we go. Oh, that's, oh. I'm sure that's a cartoon character. Wario. Awesome. Go on, Miles. Look at dapper there, buddy. Not going to lie. Miles Owens there with a Wario helmet, looking absolutely incredible. Paolo Brem's got Graham Brown behind him. Tom Weston is back into the pits now. I'm wondering if this is where it happened the first time. Did he come out and hope for the best? Is the car just not right? He's in turn 5. Tom. There's somebody coming here. No, unfortunately for Tom Weston, it's not had the best of nights. Now, Brown and Iglesias, 6 tenths back. Iglesias is closing every single time because of the draft. Now, from Brown's point of view, right, it's not a bad thing that G is currently 2.6 seconds back at the moment, but Iglesias there on at 1:12.07. 1:12.882 for Damien G. Is ahead of Williams, mind you. Williams has got a long way to try and fight his way back through this. Williams is in 10th. He's currently on the exit coming round into 3. Okay. Paolo Brem, Graham Brown, Guy Robinson, Sandro Capella and Rob Williams. This is your little mixture of battles here in the middle. Brem is in 6th. There's Brown in 7th. Brem is slower in Sector 1. Oh, Robinson's off. Robinson was trying to avoid... unfortunately for Guy Robinson, he was trying to avoid the slow-moving Brem, which Graham Brown slowed down at, and unfortunately he's lost positions. Brem here is side by side with Brown now, going round turn 8. How's this going to work? It can work, it can. And it did for Brown there. Brown is now taking that position back. He's currently in 6th place. Brem is still in 7th with Capella behind him, with Williams behind that as well. The leaders are within 4 tenths at the moment. So 4 tenths of a second are the leaders here. Let's see how this one pans out, as these guys are going to be coming down into 5. So on that run out of 5, I think that's going to be the interesting thing. We've got another little battle here with Williams. He's closed up to the back of Capella. What can Williams do now as he's dropping down into turn 4. Double right-hander or 5. The leaders are 3 tenths out at the moment. 2 tenths are not going to get it. They're not side by side going into 8 at the moment. Williams 4 tenths back currently. Here we go, over on Capella at this moment in time, coming up into turn 8. Running along that long back straight. He's got to get that gap down closer, though, otherwise he's not going to be able to do it. He's got to get it shut down a little bit more. It's got to be at least 2 attempts coming out of 5 to be able to get the run up into 8, up between 6, 7 and 8. So we have to see how this one pans out here. But Brown as well has also got Iglesias right behind him. And Iglesias has got to do the same thing Williams has got to do. He's got to get that car within that 2-temp window, really, to try and make that really big push through 5 out up in the run from 6 to 7, because he's got to get closer to him. He's got to get closer on this exit. He takes a nice wider line. He's locked up and he's half a temp back. Not going to work this time around. Now, Williams is in the same boat here. He's got to get closer up to the back end of Capella as well. He's got 2.9 to 0.29 at the moment. Now, he's got to get a run, and he's got the run of 2 temps. So let's see what Williams can do here. Capella's not, and if he is, it's a very minimal draft from Paulo Brem up front. Which way is Williams going to go? He's going to go around the outside now. Williams' is car number 93 gets past Sandro Capella into 8. Capella made that a little bit more straightforward there than it really should have been. However, Brem, Iglesias and Brown, however, is not so close. It's now 3 temps at the moment here for your leaders. Paul LeMay's in the background. He's closing slowly. And I'll say slowly because that's exactly what it is at the moment. It's slow. Slow and steady for Paul LeMay. Iglesias has got to get this corner right. He's got to get it right. He's got to be able to get on the gas. He scrubs off speed by going in that dip too early. Do you see the big puff of smoke that comes out the side of the car when he goes in? He's kind of almost flattering out, and he needs to just take that corner a little bit more different to be able to get that gap again, and he's just not doing it. He cannot get close enough, and that's the problem. However, Capella, can he now return the favour over Williams? He's going to be running round 8. Is he going to make this one work? Capella on the side of Williams there as well. It can be done. Just not this time around for Mr. Capella there. So Williams and Capella having this nice little interesting battle. Guy Robertson, David Rolliston and Miles Owens. They're all locked in this battle as well further down for 10th, 11th and 12th. There is Stefan Mellis just on the back side of them. Just needs to be that little bit closer, and then he'll start pulling himself into these group of cars currently at the moment. Round turn 2. Owens looks like he's got 2 hooked up here. Can Brown hear the theme from Jaws? Possibly. I'm not going to say he can't. But he's got to be closer. He's got to be closer. He's too far. He needs to. That's where he needs to be out beside him already. He's going, trying it. He's going to try it. Iglesias, Diego Iglesias, Munoz. Is he going to make this stick? He has. Iglesias has made it stick and got the lead from Graham Brown on that final corner. I thought he went in too hot into 8. I didn't think he was never going to make that. But that was a pass and a half there from Diego. He's got it now, and he looks like he's off down the road. So what a pass by Iglesias around that outside. Not your normal passing position that deep. I think he went in deep. I'm used to seeing him run round 8 and be able to cover off the inside for 9. Oh, as you see Stefan Mellis taking a dive. But to come, that almost looked like he wasn't going to make it. And he looked like he ran in too hot. But fair play to Diego Iglesias there. Got the job done. Rolliston's now trying to look at going up the inside of Robertson. Robertson and Rolliston. Yeah, Tom, I did see that. Yeah, it wasn't great. And really no fault of your own. So that's a shame, buddy. Vigard Helen come back onto the track. Nice pass, very brave, yes, says Dan Sedgley in chat. Rollo's now in the same boat. He's chasing out the back of Robinson. He wants to be looking, if he's going to go, he's got to be looking at coming out now. Oh, Robertson's opened up the inside door. No! He runs it wide. Oh, David Rolliston. Get your elbows out of that jumper, my lad, and put them into the side of Robertson. Because, wow. Rolliston there was coming through. He made Robertson push out wide of 9, and he come back across and run him in, and he got the job done there. That was absolutely incredible. Incredible move there from David Rolliston. And I want to have another look at that on the JPB chopper, because that was incredible. Oh, Iglesias has been off. Oh, no. Your leader has been off track. That's turn 5. Oh, no. Paula May's got past, Graham Brown's got past, and all that brave maneuver. And Diego Iglesias runs off in 5. But let's have a look at the David Rolliston pass, because that was absolutely incredible. He set him up. He's into 8. Look, he just kind of, there was a slight little bit. Ooh. Rollo looks like he was looking a little bit out of control there. I'm not going to lie. Like, he had control, but he was looking a double little bit of contact. And they both managed to survive at the moment. So fair play there. Brem now has got the ever-charging Williams behind him. Williams is in 8th place currently at the moment. So Williams is closing down onto the back end of Paolo Brem as they're coming out of 3 on that run down into 4. Let's see how they get on. It's coming up into 5. Williams takes a different line from Brem this time. See, there's multiple lines through one corner, and I think that's what makes that corner so interesting, because there is multiple lines through it. So these guys have got 13 minutes left on the clock. Graham Brown out in front, Paul LeMay in second, Diego Muno Iglesias, in third. Such a shame, did an absolute stellar job chasing Graham Brown down and got the move done round the outside of 8, which was even more impressive. Now Williams here with Paolo Brem. Those guys are side by side. Williams, don't stick it in there, son. He was coming across regardless. Goes over into turn 2 now. He's got to pick that line, get the car hooked up and get on the gas and hope it holds. What can he do here? Can Williams get onto the back of Brem? He's been quicker across the last 3 laps. You can see it at the bottom. Up into 5 we go. This is where it needs to make the difference now. Owens is another one that's closer as well. He just can't get that run out of 5 that allows him to close that gap up enough. He'll get it down to about 3 tenths maybe, but he's just not close enough to make a good move. And here we go, he's just dropping down below 4. There you go, into 3, but it's just not close enough. However, Miles Owens here is close enough. He's going to try and run around the outside of Rolliston. Into 8 he goes. Do you know, from Rolliston's point of view there, he's got a different line that leads him into 8, and he lets the car run. It reminds me of Verstappen in Brazil over Hamilton, where he just let that car just run, and thought, if you're going to do it, you're going to be doing it off your own back here, son, because this could happen. And Rolliston's got that line into 8 where it just allows him to close the door a little bit and make a move there. So, unfortunately, Diego Iglesias has gone off again. That is into 5 again. So, Diego Iglesias, I tried to think, could exactly be the same thing we've just seen. Up into 5, does the same thing. Exactly the same thing. And onto the track he goes again. So Diego Iglesias, all that hard work that he had running has now kind of gone out the window. From Miles Owens' point of view, watch Rollo's line into 8 here. Owens is going to be looking at running around the outside. Now watch Rolliston, what he does, he goes into 8, but he allows that SR10 to just run that little bit wider than it could possibly need to. And then he makes Owens think twice about going round there. There's a few laps he's done that in a row there. He's just allowed the car to drift a little bit wide in 8 and make the guy behind have a good old think about whether or not he really wants to make that move round that outside. It's a smart move, but it could cost him there as well. And we saw it on the move on Robinson. There was that little double tap and that little tap again. So it's just letting it run, you know, before he needs to really kind of correct the move. We'll try and pick it up on the next lap as well. And we'll see if he does the same thing. If Owens can get close enough. Owens is a little bit further out at the moment. I think that last run into 8 there probably cost him a little bit. But Williams now has got to try and get onto the back of Brem. He's got 3 tenths at the moment. The gap's closing. This is about as close as he's been. Brem's not paying attention. Brendan's on the grass there. He's what I call mirror driving currently, probably at the moment. Williams is going to try and run him round into 8. He's got to be brave. You've got to be brave. And you've got to kind of... Whoa! Williams there, nearly come a cropper. There, unfortunately, this is one of your closest battles. The leaders are a little bit further away. Paula May's 1 out at the moment. Iglesias is 4 seconds back from that. G is currently sitting in 4th place. Oh, Brown's off. Brown's off. Into 5. Into 5. Brown's off. That's allowed Paula May to go out in front. Oh, what happened to Graham Brown? Into 5. He runs in wide. Goes round. Manages to get it going before Iglesias comes round. Owens is into 5 as well. Williams is trying to clear Brem around the outside of 8. Oh! Well, Mr. Williams, sir, that was very, very close. Brem's looking at trying to come back into 10. And Williams is now up into 7th place at the moment. Have a look past on Miles Owens. That's 4. It's come from 4 into 5. Such a tricky corner. And unfortunately for Miles Owens, that was what happened to him. Such a tricky corner, that one. But Williams and Brem are still having an attack currently out in front. Here's Paula May with Diego Iglesias, 1.2 back at the moment. Damien G is in 4th. Hasn't really been able to capitalize on the mistakes that these guys up front have been having. You know, Diego's had a mistake. Graham Brown's had a mistake. And it's just almost like it just wasn't close enough. Just wasn't close enough to capitalize on the mistakes that had happened. And I think if he could have been, he would have been a lot closer. He would have been probably further up the table, but he just wasn't quite close enough. And yeah, unfortunately, he's not able to capitalize. But Williams is now looking at moving away from Brem. He's got about 1.7 seconds down to the next Graham Brown. Don't think he's going to quite get there this time. I think it could be 7th place unless some major dramas happen up the road. As Williams in the background there, you just see him coming round turn 3 before he starts on this run down. Now, don't get me wrong, we have seen these guys. Oh, Iglesias again. Into 5. It's just not Diego's corner. It's just not Diego's corner, that one. He's got to even really have a rethink about what he's got to do to try and make that corner work, because at the moment it's catching him out. It's caught Graham Brown out. You know, a few others have also got off there as well. So, not an easy corner. It's not an easy corner. So, here we go. Stefan Mellis is on the back of Sandra Capella currently. So, there we go. just had an announcement there as well from Vigard Helen at Team Slow-Mo. We'll just let this one play out here. Going around turn 2. Vigard there as well, obviously just, unfortunately, into Tom Weston's kind of pathway. And Vigard has come out and just said, look, it was completely my fault. We got a slide on the grass. Couldn't keep the car enough to the right when I hit the tarmac. It was all my fault. I feel really bad there as well. So fair play to Vigard Helen for coming out and apologising there to Tom Weston for an earlier incident on track. Hugh Simpkins has got Graham Brown for company. He's got Williams about 4.5 further back. So 4:21 on the clock at the moment. So there we go. Love the sparkles off the front of them SR10s as they go across the line. It just looks really, really, really nice. I think further back from that, Stefan Mellis and Sandra Capella are going to be coming within a short period of time of a lot. Oh! Surely that's done. How and if he has controlled that? No, he hasn't. He hasn't controlled that. That looked very, very, very bizarre. No, that was the one before. It's not. Where can I go back to? Bear with. I'll try and find that incident because that looked really bizarre. Turn 5 again. Oh, no, Iglesias this time. That's into 9. Just. There goes Damien G. He's capitalised now, but Diego Iglesias has just had an absolute rotten bit of luck. Can't think how far I could have to go back to. That was quite a while ago. I really don't want to go back that far. That was Sandra Capella going off track. It's a long way away. Well, let this pan out. I don't know if it's going to be here where we might see Stefan Mellis go shooting in. He looked like he just torpedoed the wall there, which was, it was very bizarre. He may have just gone on the outside and over-accelerated the car. Yeah, it wasn't there. It was a long way. It was a bit further back than that. But Simpkins now 1:49 on the clock. There's going to be this one and one more for Graham Brown. Damien G now. It's got Iglesias to right behind him this time. So unfortunately for Damien G there. It's got Graham Brown behind him. Now, Williams is trying to hang on to third place. I think Damien G, if he stays where he is, has got his second. Now, Williams is currently in 7th, which gives him 31, which puts him on 225. Brown is currently on 180. And he is in 6th, which gives him 33. So technically, 213 is going to be 10 points back from Williams at the moment. So G would finish 2nd. Williams would finish 3rd. And Brown would finish, oh, maybe, because LeMay's out in front as well. So it's really getting tight here at the top of these standings at the moment. Williams got 20-point gap. He's going to have second place by about 3 points, I believe. Third place by about 3 points, I believe. So, but he has got to try and catch up to the back here if he can. Into 5 we go. Here comes your leader, final lap of the race, Paul LeMay. It's going to come across the line. Paul LeMay made use of, picked up on everybody else's incidents that comes across the line in first place. Paul LeMay takes the victory this evening here at Mosport. Graham Brown is in second. Diego Iglesias just third place, mind you. Damien G is in fourth. Hugh Simpkins fifth. Graham Brown in sixth. And Williams is in seventh place. Paolo Brem in eighth. David Rollison in ninth. Sandra Capella in 10th. And Guy Robinson. And then Stefan Mellis. Stefan is a lap down after absolutely torpedo in the barrier at 1. Well, on the start-finish straight, really. It looked a very bizarre move. So, there we go. Stefan Mellis comes across the line in 12th. There is Guy Robinson in 11th place. So there we go. Well done, Paul, says Tom Weston from simracingcommunity.com. You can go and check them out, guys, as well. That would be absolutely amazing. They've got all your sim racing needs on there, from news, views, forums, paint schemes, downloads, the whole kit and caboodle. So if you want any information regarding sim racing, please go and check them out. Now here are the final results. Paul LeMay from Two Brothers Racing takes the victory. Graham Brown in second. Diego Iglesias in third. He should have, probably, could have, would have, should have wrapped this up. Damien G in fourth. Hugh Simpkins fifth. Graham Brown sixth. Robert Williams seventh. Paolo Brem eighth. Dave Rollison ninth. Sergeant Capella 10th. Guy Robinson 11th. Stephen Mellis in 12th. Miles Owens 13th. Vigard Helland 14th. Tom Weston 15th. Marin Grieg down in 16th place. So there we go. So your champion for the AMS this season is Graham Brown. Now in there as well, see if we can have a word with Damien G. And of course Paul LeMay, because obviously, you know, Paul is the winner. It'd be nice to have a chat with them before we move into the Pros Series, which will be happening very, very shortly. So they are currently your stand-ins. So Graham Brown also got the fastest lap. And he got pole as well. So Graham Brown got 40, at least 47. Now, obviously, without knowing his X count, which at the moment stands at 1. So he's got 47 points as Graham Brown. So he is on 255 plus 47. Quick maths. 12, 9, 10, 2, 300 points dead. 302 points, Graham Brown is. Damien G, I think, has definitely got second. And now it's going to be tight between Williams and LeMay, but we'll have to see how that works out. But let's bring in the race winner there tonight as well. Paul LeMay, welcome into the booth. How are you, sir? Longest race of your life. Well, you know, you did a stellar job, I think, overall as well. Just bear with me, mate. I've got something is not working currently, which is a little bit frustrating. 2 seconds, otherwise maybe you can hear it. Right, so you made use of the opportunities that came in front of you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I had terrible qualifying. I didn't do very well in the race on Thursday. And I finally got myself together, and I just went flat out from the start and then tried to manage the tyres towards the end the best I could. But congratulations to Graham for the championship. I think he's done an absolutely brilliant job.
Now, I've got to wait for the official scores to come out, right? Do you know what your X count? Got your X count, I'm going to presume, was at 0. Now, you was currently on 174 as we went in, right? You just got a 50. So 5, quick maths here, puts you on 225. I've got this funny feeling you may be drawn third place with Mr. Robert Williams.
Oh, right. Excellent.
Now, you were 20 points behind, but you've just taken 20 points more than what he may have done. So I've got a funny feeling you finished in third place.
Well, I'll take that, mate. That's fantastic. I'm over the moon with that.
Or tied third. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, to be fair, though, top 5, mate, is absolutely amazing. And you're in that promotion zone up into the pros next season.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. Should be good fun.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Job done for you, Paul. Well done, buddy. For the final time at the moment, bud, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you leave the booth?
You guys, I think you've done an absolutely fantastic job all season. And some great commentary, some great moments. So, great stuff, guys.
Thank you very much there, sir. And I'm sure I will chat to you again, Mr. LeMay, at some point. Yep. Take care.
Okay, James. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye. Right, here comes your championship victor, Mr. Graham Brown. Good evening, Graham. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, James. How about yourself?
I'm not too bad, mate. Do you know, I've watched a race that was filled with a lot of things. Incidents, accidents, and turn 5.
Yep.
You know, Diego, yourself, Miles Owens, Sergio Capella. There was a few that come a cropper of turn 5 there, buddy. Tough corner.
Yeah, that one always gets me every season. Yeah, especially towards the end of the race, the tyres are going off, and at that point, when I went off, I could see Paul chasing me. So I thought, I need to do something, because I've been taking it easy there for that exact reason. And then the time I thought, right, okay, I'm just going to put my brake marker back like I do in quali, and it just didn't want to play.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Not good there, Mehdi. But look, second tonight, you got pole, you got the fastest lap. So
nice.
Yeah, you got 47. I got you on a 1:12.09. Oh, maybe Diego might have picked you on the fastest lap, 1:12.07. So possibly the fastest.
Yeah, I was going to say I thought Diego had it.
Yeah, 1:12.07. But overall, you know, you've had an epic 8 races, really. You know, you're going up into the pros as well, because you're in that promotion zone. You know, exciting times for you, Graham.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be good to see how we measure up against the pros in that league, see whereabouts we land.
I'm sure you'll
And that'll definitely be a hell of a lot tighter, and then the racecraft's really going to come into it.
Yeah, definitely, mate, as well. But look, congratulations on your championship victory. For the final time, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to this evening?
Yeah, I've got to give a shout out to my brother-in-law. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday, David.
There you go. David, happy birthday to you. But Graham, thank you as always for joining us in the booth, my man. It's a pleasure.
And thank you to yourself.
And I'm sure I'll speak to you again soon.
Certainly will do. Thanks, James.
Mate. Right, guys, that is the end of the first broadcast here tonight on the JPB YouTube channel as well. I am off to go and get ready for the pros. We'll be back very shortly, and I'll look forward to seeing you over in the pros. Take care.